You can hear me now, right? Okay. No, you can hear me now, Mona. I know you can. Yeah, you can. Yes, you can. Now you can. See? Betty knew. Betty had the answer. Okay, Casbot, you wouldn't even believe what happened, but all in all, it was a good thing because Casbot, I don't need glasses anymore. I didn't realize. I thought that the chat. I can look at this. Gone. I don't need freaking glasses anymore. How come you didn't tell me this? My chat was like this big, and then I just went to put it up, and then now I see like it can be a normal size, and I can see it. You can hear me, Cal. Oh, you can hear me, Cal. All right. Okay, that's amazing. That so I went through a lot of aggravation to find out something that's really amazing that I don't need glasses anymore. Why? Because the font's a normal size now. Yeah. So okay, very good. And sorry about that emergency, Casbot. I don't know what happened. Something updated in Streamlabs, and you know what, Casbot? I used to have two microphones and like two speaker options. I'm only down to one each, but who cares? Um, the little blessings in life. I have no idea what happened, and it just feels different, even though the room feels different because my Streamlabs feels different. But I'll get used to it. It's always like when you got the new Word. Do you remember when you got the new version of Word and you're like, why did they change this? I'll never get used to it. And then, thanks, Carol. Then a week later, you're like, you couldn't even remember what the old Word was like. Isn't it always like that? We don't like change. And then we're like, oh, okay. Every time they changed, right? You learn on Word. It's like, oh my gosh, I can't do it. Yours is tiny, Debbie too? Oh my goodness. You're in YouTube. Yeah, I didn't even know that. You thought it was, y'all don't want to see how big I keep the phone. It's like getting a new phone, right? But then you forget. It's just amazing how quickly you forget. I would forget all the time. I'd be like, what was I complaining about in the new Word? Glad you can see. What are you going to do with my all these glasses? Well, I'll need them for other things, I'm sure, like really close up stuff. Don't worry. But wow, I can actually see. I've been trying to do this for so long in Streamlabs to make this font like a little bit bigger. And I thought it was something else in another section. And I just found this tonight and then I lost it and then I found it again. Sorry to make you guys wait all that time. Except now I just want to refresh my chat because it's not giving me the right viewers. Why isn't that? Casbot, how come it's not putting my viewers up? It says I have 0 viewers watching me. It's not right. It's not right. I don't know why it's not catching up. Do I have to put something in the, do I have to add a source for that? I shouldn't have to, right? Hang on. All right, no. I don't know. Thanks, Charlie. I can't see. All right, so let's see who's here. I didn't say hello to you guys. I know I get in trouble for saying hello, but I will anyway because I don't care. Because I like to say hello to people. Hi, Casbot. I've been talking to you. Deb on the move. Hello. You were there for a long time. Thanks for staying. Whisper to me. Hello. Sakura girl. Mandy. Tessie. Hi. Sharon. Hello. Evie. Hello there. Janae. Karen. Florence. Lady L. Carol Williams. Mary Hendrickson. Daniel C. Sandy L. Zopa Pickles. How are you? Sunny Bunny. I hope you're doing better. Carol Clark. Hi. Brenda Kress. Debbie Dew. Maria. Sunny 1 pound. Sunny 1 pound, are you, all you hear is a radio? Okay. Sybil, who's hearing a radio? Sunny, do you have a radio on in your house? Okay. Mary, hi. Mystery Truth Seeker, hi. Tori, Mona, hello. Brenda. Danielle, Cowgirl, hi. And then who? Jessica. And I said, did I say hello to you? If I didn't, hello. Who cares? I'm here now. Okay. Prim and Proper, how are you doing? Hi, Betty. Sarah. Got you, Janae, already, right? Scarlet Rain, how you doing? Lindy, manager of Three Monsters, good to see you back. How was your vacation? Are you still in the mountains or are you back? Hey, Sari, how are you? Sari Shares has a nice channel. You should check it out. Click on the three dots next to her name and go to her channel and check her out and subscribe. Lisa, my goodness, I've missed you. How are you? How's Granny? And let's see. I'm sorry you're sick. I hope you're feeling better. And let me see. This shirt, Casbot. It's so funny. People are like, oh, I like your nails. Where'd you get them? The dollar store. Where'd you get the shirt? Walmart. I think this is $5, Casbot. It's really nice. I usually wear it for biking because it's one of those like wicking shirts, you know, that wicks the sweat away. I think it was like $5.96. I'm your bargain YouTube host. Hey, Buzzkill, Jay Melendez. Hey, Nurse Nana Patty. Hi, Helen. Alicia, hello. Hi, Angel Callie. Hi, Julie T. Mrs. Roger Rabbit has awesome news. Hey, Melissa. Hi, Short Nice. Hi, Hennessy. Winter. Hi, Mary Hendrickson. Gosh, when there's a lot of people in the chat, the names just go away, and I totally miss them because it goes so fast. Hi, Mary Rogers. I missed you. Leaping Lizard. I missed you. Hi. So where? Sybil. I missed you. Save Robbie. Missed you. Carol Boyce. Hello. Mary, I think I got you, right? I don't know. You guys just flew up. Alice, hello. Winter, did I get you? I don't think so, or I just did. All right. So anyway, let me get back to where you guys are. And if I missed you, I'll have to just do the romper room. So who's that? Mrs. Roger Rabbit? I missed Mrs. Roger Rabbit's news. It flew up, right? So, Jen's, hi. Hey, Lisa H. I missed you too. Bergstrom, hello. And let's see. Amanda, how are you doing? Okay, let me see. I don't know what, you know what it is? Maybe because my font is bigger. It's like taking up too much space a little bit, but I miss people. All right, so there was some updates. Oh, Cowgirl probably knows. Cowgirl, that case we looked at in Canada, there were some big updates, right, about some teens being involved in that, right? Oh, a new chair is okay for her. Great. Your husband was so happy. That's terrific, Mrs. Roger Rabbit. Oops, caution. Oops, caution. You're new, huh? Hey, Joe Glover. You're not new. I know you. Okay. Hey, Veggie Girl. I didn't miss you, did I? I gotcha. Hey, did I get Florence? Hi, Florence. The teens are now the prime suspects. Yes, and I wanted to go over that. Have you guys all heard that? Hi, Sybil. I know, Zobug. I kind of saw it a little bit, and then I missed it, and I wanted to go over it to make sure I got it. So they are thinking they're heading for Ontario, and they're thinking did I hear right that they killed, that they think they have more murders than just that couple? Cowgirl, when are you going to come to New York and visit me and bring my cat down? Hey, Lady Hawk. Hey, Ramona. They supposedly... Are you serious, Ramona, or is that a joke? What do you mean, an elderly man? Wait, I'm lost. Are you talking about the other case, Light of Life? Which case are we on? There was another body found 300 yards from them. Okay. Those Canadian Mounties are unstoppable, are they? Yeah. Hi, RC Breeze. How you doing? You go, girl. Hello there. They killed another man and they think it's them. Okay. The news said they're, yeah. All right. I saw the last video, surveillance video, right when they were in the gas station kissing and stuff. So then they were killed shortly after that, right? Do we have a motive on that? The third victim was or is it just random? Because they left the van and everything, right? And did they have a lot of money or anything on them? What was the motive? Possibly a fourth? Hey, Sassy Darcy, there's my friend. Mommy, Jimmy, and Ramblers. Oh, okay. RC Breeze. Near the Watson. I'm surprised nobody else has heard, but yes, it's true. Where did you hear that, Ramona? And how did they find them? Hi, Jennifer. How are you? One suspect is very depressed, going back to when his mother and father. Hey, Lisa. Thank you. Thank Granny. Is Granny in bed? Is she going to watch later? I'll just say hello to a general hello because I don't know if she's going to bed or she's going to get up when she sees this, right? Hi, Granny. I hope you have a great day today. Hey, No Time. How are you doing? Hey, No Time. Did you see the special video from well, kind of from Joanne Dallas? You had a big part in it. Your youngest leaves for Cold Lake, Alberta. Is that Alberta, AB? Next month with the. Oh, really? She's going to be one of them? How exciting, but how scary, right? I know, Cowgirl. Good luck to her. How are you working out your sleep problems? Hey, Wildlife. How are you? You did? Yeah, you were the Blues Clues. I wonder what evidence just because they were in the area and they ran. I don't know. I mean, oh, she watches in the morning? Okay. Morning, Granny. You read today that they have been charged in connection with the murder of the university lecturer, and the father of one says he believes that they will go out in a blaze of glory. Okay, so who knows about these people? And anybody want to come in and update on this story? Otherwise, I'll have to like check it out and then bring. Is anybody who's you don't anybody want to come on and just talk about this? Hey, Sabrina. Otherwise, I have stuff on the family annihilators. Hi, Diana. Hi, Teresa. How are you? You live in British? Hi, Debbie Loving Babes. Hi, I'm surprised. You live in BC? How's it going? Did you know about this case a lot? Hey, Jenny D1. Hey, Simai Tutu. How are you? It's a kind of complex case. Like, why did? Oh, thanks. You guys always say that when I'm like, just like, don't do anything, or I'm walking. I was like walking around. Well, Jennifer, I'm not Jennifer. Oh my gosh, I'm getting so bad. Jessica, when we were on the phone earlier, and I told you I was taking a walk around the lake, and then I couldn't take a walk around the lake because I would lose you on the phone. So I walked. You're probably like, what the hell? I was just walking up and down my driveway while I was talking to you, and I figured, like, well, if I did that enough times, then my Versa would say that I walked as long as I would normally walk. So yeah, I'm like crazy. So the kids went to another lake, a motorboat lake today, and Jimmy and the kids, and he goes with this other dad that's, I think he's divorced. Yeah, he's a teacher that's divorced with a son in their class, and I'll put up some videos from it up. Oh my gosh, I'll put up the videos they took yesterday. They had a really exciting time. Luke walked in and said, I had the best time of my life. And so did Ethan. And so did Jimmy, probably, because he was on the tube too, all across this motorboat lake. So, oh, what's the matter, Jimmy?
Everything good?
Yeah, now it's good.
All right, good.
Okay.
Glad you guys figured it out.
You're glad we figured it out? Thanks. Okay. And that's why my cheeks are all red. Yeah, probably. That's why they have not been spotted yet. Okay, I missed what you said, because who has the BC scoop? Yeah, I know. We need someone with the BC scoop. From what I understand was that one of the suspect's fathers did an interview and said the son would go down in a blaze of glory, suicide by police. Okay, and how old are these guys? Can we start from the beginning on this case? Yeah, we did some the other day. Let's see what we have. Hold on, let me get to my, I do have, I think, my stuff. No, I don't care about you, Windows 10 anymore. No, Windows 10. Okay, is this it? This is probably it. Let me just go in here. Because I did have the news video on earlier, but I kept getting calls. Okay. All right, so let's see, where do we want to go with this? Oh, here I see what you're saying, that the kids go. Okay, so let's go to. Don't need commercials. Okay, father of one of two teens wanted in 3 killings in Canada says son plans to go out in a blaze of glory. Right, the father of one of the 2 Canadian teens wanted. So, well, we'll start from the beginning backwards, like they do sometimes in Lifetime movies, where they start with the end of the movie and then work their way back. Remember when that was like so popular and they did it all the time? Like they'd start with the funeral and then they go back. Yeah. Okay. So let's see, the teens are Cam McLeod, is it McLeod? McLeod, 19, and Briar, oh boy, Shemelski, I think that's what it is. Shemegelski, 18. Let's just call them Cam and Briar because that's easier. 18 and 19. So, well, they must have more, whoever just said, like, they just think that because they want to charge them. The comments came the same day authorities charged them with 1 count of second-degree murder in the death of Leonard Lendyke of Vancouver. Dyke's body was found Friday. Okay, so that was the day after the couple, right? As a result of the charges, Canada-wide warrants have been issued, the Royal Canadian Mounted Police Department said in a news release. So, Royal Canadian Mounted Police investigators across the country continue to share information with other law enforcement agencies as the suspects remain at large. There are concurrent investigations underway in Saskatchewan and Manitoba into reported sightings of the 2 teens. Authorities have been searching for Cam and Breyer since last week. Initially, the two were believed to be missing. That's what I heard. Yeah, they were reported missing before, right? And now they say they're suspects in the shooting deaths of Dyke, as well as China Noel Deese, a 24-year-old American, and Lucas Robertson Fowler, her 23-year-old Australian boyfriend. In an emotionally charged interview, Alan Schmegelski said his son has been dealing with mental anguish and plans to go out in a blaze of glory. A normal child doesn't travel across the country killing people. A child in some very serious pain does, he said. Schmegelski described his son as an introvert, saying he played a lot of video games. He said McLeod and his son were good friends who hung out together a lot. Both had jobs at Walmart, but said they weren't making enough money and decided to go to Alberta to look for work, he said. I believe that's what they were going to do, and I was absolutely flabbergasted to learn that 2 days later, and I found this out from the paper. Schmegelski said he believes the Royal Canadian Mounted Police will shoot first and ask questions later. Basically, he's going to be dead today or tomorrow, I know it. He told the media that he was interviewing with, rest in peace, Breyer, I love you. I'm so sorry all this had to happen. I am so sorry that I couldn't rescue you. Police say the two are armed and dangerous, and they're considered armed and dangerous, and their members of the public should not approach them. They were last seen in northern Saskatchewan, about a day's drive east of where the bodies were found, driving a gray 2011 Toyota RAV4. Authorities say the pair may now be in Manitoba, east of Saskatchewan, the Royal Canadian Mounted Police. Okay, and let's see. They confirmed Wednesday that they recovered the Toyota the suspects had used. They found it near the town of Galam. The two may be using a different vehicle. They may be on foot or even traveling separately. If they are spotted, do not approach. Call 911 or your local police immediately. The RCMP have dispatched more officers to the area and set up an informational checkpoint at the road leading into town. And let's see. McLeod is 6'4", 169 pounds, has dark hair, facial hair, and brown eyes. Schmegelski, I can't say it anymore. Schmegelski is 6'4". They're both 6'4". Isn't that odd? That's kind of odd. I mean, that's not like just, okay, it's kind of odd. Okay, I'm sorry. This has to be a typo. They're both 6'4", and they're both 169 pounds. I think somebody just guesstimated the weight or something. That's kind of weird, right? Could they say, well, they're both 6'4". How much do you think they weigh? I don't know. 169? Put it down for both? Yeah, okay. That's a little weird, guys. But he has, Schmegelski has sandy hair. They are suspected in the shooting deaths of Deese and Fowler, whose bodies were found on July 15th, about 12 miles south of Yardley Hot Springs in northern British Columbia. And let's see, Fowler was living in British Columbia, and he was exploring the area while Deese was visiting. She's originally from North Carolina, right? I believe, if I remember correctly. And let's see. So Dyke, his body was found several days later, about a mile from where a vehicle and camper belonging to these two teens was found burning on the side of Highway 37. Authorities declined to say what new information led them to name the two suspects. So they're not telling you why they know that, why they've connected them. So they're not going to put that out there. But they did find something. It's not just because they fled the area. It's not just, like that. That would be like a witch hunt. Okay, so where are we? Declined to say what it is, but it came just a day after the RCMP said it was possible that their disappearances were related to the couple's death. The teens, both from Port Alberni, were traveling throughout British Columbia to the Yukon Territory to look for work. They did not say, the RCMP did not say how Dyke was identified, but the family has been notified. And their statement is, we are truly heartbroken by the sudden and tragic loss of Len, A statement from his family said his death has created an unthinkable grief, and we're struggling to understand what has happened. While we understand there will be interest in knowing more about him and the impact he had during his life, we're asking for the public and the media to please respect our privacy during this difficult time. Okay, so those teens are still at large. So if you see any of those, oh, let me show you the pictures so you know if you see them, right? That would be good, because how are you going to know if you see them if you don't know what they look like? Hang on. I just had the picture, and now they just changed my, oh, here it is. And I don't want to see that. I just want to see I have my picture. All right, let me just get their picture here. Okay, hang on. All right. So let's see. Let's get you a good picture. All right, let's do this one. Oh, that's small. Hold on. Okay, so if you see these two, 6'4", each 169 pounds, don't approach them. They're considered armed and dangerous. Just call 911 or your local police department. Don't try to be a hero. Just call them in and let them know where you've seen them, and don't get yourself hurt. All right, so maybe that's what we've got on that story, right? I want to go back to the chat for a second before we get to the other thing. They're in a remote area, short knives, thick brush. That's how, like, Eric Freen, right? Eric Freen, and then he was in an airline hangar, like a private airline hangar. The daughters say that they think they maybe are boxcar hopping, and that's why they may be asking rail yards. Hold on a minute. Now my chat is going like wildfire. What is going on here? Oh, to keep the lookout? Railroad, yeah. Well, the other guy over here in Pennsylvania, where he went into the brush and stuff, and then he was found in a remote airline hangar, and he didn't resist anything when they found him. Okay, I don't know why. Oh, I think maybe my picture is like picture. What's going on here? Oh, I see. Hang on. There we go. Now I can see again. Hey, Gina. Hey, Sonia. How are you doing? No time? Is that a beer? Is no time drinking beer in here? What is that little emoji? They were online gamers. Yeah, I heard that, right? I might be back in the chat because I'm trying. Hey, William, Maddie Jean, Purple, hi. Any water damage is bad, but flash flooding is definitely a sick feeling. Oh, who's having flash flooding? You, Carol Boys? Stay safe there. That's scary stuff, right? Here in Ohio, 3 inches of rain in 20 minutes. That, Carol, that happens like I'm up on the top of a mountain, thank God. So we don't experience, flash flooding here, but down in the towns in the valley, oh my gosh, especially like in 2006, it was so bad. People lost their lives in a lot of the village towns. People, cars were totaled because the water went in, right? My daughter had a brand new car that was like that. She was down in the village town. Yeah, I mean, but there were young girls that she was on her porch and she was just swept away and killed, drowned. And a lot of people lost their lives. 2006 was really, really bad in many of the towns here. And then it was crazy. Jimmy was on a school trip and he got stuck. They couldn't even come back. The roads washed out. It was really bad. So I feel for you. So I hope you're okay. Hey, Miss Quelly. Hey, Miss Quelly. Anytime you're ready, did you want to talk about? Because I'm going to go into the family Annihilators, but if you want to talk about your grandfather now, the serial killer, we can do that. That would be good. Do you have homemade cookies? Mm. And I just got cold tea because it was hot tea until I had the Streamlabs problem. Now it's cold tea. You got a she shed? Your hubby's moving it. You're getting more. What's the perfect place to hide bodies? Hey Yvette, how are you? Hi Linda. Hi Millie Moo. Temperatures of 39. You know, Millie Moo, I have no idea what 39 is, but I know that I talked to J Bells and she said it was absolutely sweltering, pretty much. So yeah, I figured that's pretty high, right? It was actually cool. It was too cold here yesterday to go swimming. It was too cold here in the afternoon that I had to close the sliding door because it was too chilly. It felt like late fall. And today wasn't even hot, 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 hot at all. I really hope tomorrow is. Kimberly, hello there. Hi, Jesse. Thank you. Love your channel. Hey, Jeanette. Hi, Pencilla. On another night, I would like to come on and talk about my neighbor's family. Oh, you want to? I mean, if is Miss Coelho coming on? If Miss Coelho's not coming on, and you want to come on, Sherry, you can come on tonight or tomorrow night, whenever you want. Let me know. Hey, Capricorn. Hey, Sharon. Sharon, see, I lose my mind. Like, I don't know if I said, were you there before or just now? I don't know. I'm losing my mind, Sharon. Don't you worry about it. It's crazy. All right, so where are we? Miss Quelly, Sherry, do either one of you want to come on and talk about what you have? Let me know. I'm going to watch here and see if you say anything so I don't miss it. Today you got to 98 degrees, Sonia. See, I mean, maybe I wouldn't like 98 degrees, but I would like 80 degrees. I would like 85 degrees, 80 degrees. I want to swim in the summer. And like Jimmy was like, I feel like it's so cold. And he's like, the water's probably warm. Yeah, the water's probably warm, but it doesn't feel the same. It's so nice to go swimming when it's hot. Macadamia nuts are on sale at CVS. 2 6.5-ounce jars for $6. See, you never know what you're going to find here at Mommy Ramblings. Anybody want macadamia nuts, go to CVS. You just got back home? Hey there, backdoor. Thank you. Mommy, I don't have serial killer. Oh, wait a minute. Oh my gosh. that that was an unfortunate misunderstanding. Oh my gosh, I am sorry. That is, now it's Chris Spencer that has. It is Daniel, it's Chris. Okay, all right. Shari, it looks like we don't have that information. If you'd like to come on. Oh my gosh. You'd rather go to Hawaii for macadamia nuts? Everybody. Would you like to come on and talk, Sherry? Because our evening just opened up. Oh my gosh. Thanks, Sharon. Oh my gosh. Oh, I keep thinking about, hey, crazy cat lady, how are you doing? You had 30 degrees Celsius yesterday and was too much for me. And then a lightning show at 3 a.m. Lightning show. Lightning show. Hey, Lisa the Greatest, how are you? They have the image of the suspects. Oh, being in Saskatchewan? Is this something new? Because I just showed the suspects. Is it something new there? Oh, thank you, Linda. I appreciate that. You got to go. You have physical therapy. Watch you later. Good night, everybody. Good night there, Sonia. Be safe. Expensive loaf of bread. Oh, you're welcome, Veggie. Anyone else? Yeah, manager of Three Monsters. But no, yeah, I don't know why I was thinking that. I'm losing my mind a little bit there. Hey, Claire Clark, how are you? You stood in that rain and lightning. It was primal. Hmm. I would be nervous to stand in lightning. Lightning scares me. Hey, Sunflower, did you hear about the bones found in Weld County? Did not. What's that about? Sounds like you have a secret weapon, cowgirl. People misbehave, you bake them a loaf of bread, and they don't know. And then you don't have to know, you'll be throwing at them. Your husband slept through, took the video. Oh, yeah? You were worried and really missed you last night. I waited and stayed online. Yeah, I put up the haul and then I had a lot of stuff to take care of and I was tired, so I took a sabbatical last night, right? And just took I can't say that I really rested, but I had a lot to do. Had a lot of paperwork to fill out and I had a lot of phone calls to get back to. So that is what I had to take care of. And then it was like pretty late and I just said, well, I'll probably just go to sleep and take care of things in the morning and then more phone calls today. This has been crazy, but thank you. Hey, Ashley. When you work nights at the hospital, we have some real freaks ringing your doorbell at night. Really? Wow. You just finished 39 on that. Oh, good. I'm praying for you all the time. You're always in my prayers, Crazy Cat Lady, because I know you know the name, the Crazy Cat Lady. It's always, always, thank heavens, multiple burns and feeling totally exhausted and need to fix my burns onward and upward. Onward and upward is right, and I hope they get those burns fixed. 39. So are you done? Are you done with that? The radiation? My son had 17, but yeah, I know it takes a toll, right? But I'm glad. You're done now with that? Oh, thanks, Carol. Yeah, it's lucky because when you go like for both things, they give you the read right there. So it's like you don't have to wait for the letter and think that you have to be pulled back in. So it's like, no, please don't. Right, Lisa H? Lisa H, it's too cold there for you to swim too up there, right? Imagine, right? It must be even colder than here. The RAV4 was burned in Gillam. It's a very remote community. Okay. I was saying this to Lisa H and Sunny Bunny. Don't laugh. I once made homemade bread and dropped it, and oh my gosh, cracked one of your tiles. Oh my goodness. Wow. That's pretty heavy bread there. Wow. You finish treatment 6 weeks and follow. Oh, you finish treatment 6 weeks. Follow up with oncologist for diagnosis. Oh, I pray everything is clear for you, crazy cat lady, and congratulations on finishing treatment. You're still in my prayers. At least I can imagine. They say it's this really. So, where's Shari? Shari, do you want to come on and talk about that, or what? You always take the store-bought? Sure, it was a week. You don't want to go live without me being able to listen. We lost our internet at 1:28 and didn't get it back until 11 a.m. Glad you took a night off. Oh, okay, Pencella. See, that's what I did. You stayed up until 8. I thought Mommy got the axe. The axe, Angelic Callie. The axe? Why would you think that? Crazy cat lady, now you can spend more time here. That's a loaf of bread you let to pass on. That's a weighty loaf of bread. Hey, Chrissy. Where the heck is Sherry? Where's Sherry? Sherry, where are you? Sounds like you may. I don't see. You know what? My kids have gotten past the. Well, no, they napped. Yeah, they slept on the way back after that like tubing stuff. So now they've got like a new lease on life, and that's why they're. And I think they slept about an hour after that here, and now they're up. That's crazy. This is like the first week they don't have sports camp of some kind. So they're. You commented a bit ago your chat. Your husband is feeling crappy, and you want. Oh, okay. All right, sorry. All right, so then I'll go on to the annihilators. So who knows, let me see, I got my slides and stuff. Yesterday you went to the dollar store and asked if they had the nautical rope. The cashier looked at me like I had lost my mind. Yeah, Mama Ames told me, don't worry about the nautical rope. I think she's sending me some. What a sweetie, Mama Ames. Everybody said they should have played a drinking game with my call video. I don't know why. I was like in a really strange, goofy mood. But yeah, that's listen to that back. I sound like that someone said like you should play a drinking game. I think it was M's. Every time you hear Mama Ames. And I said, it sounds like I have been drinking a little bit, but the remarkable thing is I wasn't drinking a little bit, and you know, I think it's better that I don't drink. If I can act like that and just be drinking, right? They have checkpoints on the only 2 highways connected to Gillum. How they were probably like, why do you need rope? You get in those moods all the time, especially when you're tired. What else did you find at the Dollar Tree? Anything good? You sent me an email. All right, let me, Inside Edition. Just a little bit inquire. All right, I'll take a look at it. I'll take a look at it. We'll take a look at it. Let me see what there is. Okay. Oh, you're welcome, Crazy Cat Lady. All right, let me take a look at the Inside Edition. Quality source here. So let's see. No, I mean sometimes they could be true, but they usually go for a little bit of sensationalism. Let's be honest, right? They're kind of like, well, TMZ, but they're like they're a little. I mean, I wouldn't call it the National Enquirer show, but I don't know what I would equate it to. Like, is the Globe? Remember that rag, the Globe? Is that still published? Okay. Find my thing here. Here we go. Wow, wow, wow. Lots of mail here. Lots of mail. Okay, so did you send it to me at the True Crime? Okay, I got you, Sandy. It's here. I just can't believe how much mail's coming after that. All right, so let's see what this one's like. Is today the 24th?
Practicing the law. You don't go.
Okay, so a haunting image of JonBenet from her last photo session is taking on a whole new significance. The photographer of the photo, Randy Simmons, was recently arrested for possessing child pornography, prompting some to wonder whether he could be involved in the little girl's. Oh, so they're just wondering now? But maybe, right? I don't know. Why would he be at that? Former Denver District Attorney Craig Silverman said Simmons was always a person of interest in JonBenet's 1996 murder case. We've discussed Randy Simmons for a long time. Now that we know he apparently has a sexual interest in little girls, this is quite damning. In 1996, Inside Edition spoke to Simmons by phone. He became emotional as he recalled the photo shoot with JonBenet, calling it a very special day. He also defended the girl for wearing so much makeup. It is really a matter of lighting and what you can bring up in the facial features and the lips to show expression on the camera, he said. After JonBenet's murder, Simmons' life spiraled. He stopped photographing children and was arrested for running naked in the street. The arresting officer said Simmons blurted out, "I didn't kill JonBenet." Silverman said the death of JonBenet seemed to haunt Simmons. Now you throw in these child porn charges and it becomes disturbing, he said. But why were they looking on his computer? Something else had to happen, right? I didn't go to your house. Hi, can I just look at your computer? They could be a big clue in solving the enduring mystery of who killed JonBenet and why. 6-year-old JonBenet was found dead inside her parents' home in Boulder, Colorado on Christmas Day, 1996. Her father found her body in the basement of the family home, 8 hours after she was reported missing. The child beauty queen suffered a blow to the head and had been strangled. No one has ever been charged in her murder. Simmons has pled not guilty to the child porn charges, and he's due back in court on August 7th. Okay, so yeah, thanks for sending that. That does seem to be, some credible stuff there that he's going to be back in court on August 7th, and he was charged for the child porn. What do you guys think? I don't remember, my mother followed that case way more than me. I didn't really remember this guy, or who remembers that? Does anybody remember about this guy? What do you think? You were in the Globe, Paula? For what? Hold on, let me fix my chat. Every time I come back to the chat, though, I have to fix it because it gets like all discombobulated. It gets crazy. You don't think we need to look any further than the Ramsey household, Claire? Nice to be in good and friendly company in here. I always feel the support from you. Oh, thanks, Crazy Cat Lady. You don't think you don't remember it, or you don't think it has any credibility to be anything about the case? Son-in-law put front brakes on daughter's car 2 weeks. Why is this shop? You spent a fortune on razors. I'm going to buy this one stuff. You should. I have a tremendous supply of razors. Like anybody on the lake needs razors. I should just put some things I have in the Lake Minutes, or we have a book with like everyone's numbers, and then like people recommend if you had a roofer and you liked him, you put it in there. It should be like anyone, like when you go to a hotel and it's like, if you forgot anything. So if you forgot some razors, go over to Carolyn's house. She'll give you a package of 3. Hey, VST, how are you doing? That's a full house in here tonight. Okay. CC World Australia, hi. Evie Scorpio, hi. Hi, Jenny Joe. How are you, Jenny Joe? Hi, Lonnie Gore. How are you? You're so late. You were talking to your mama and sharing some white cheddar Cheetos with your dog. Do you like white cheddar Cheetos? I've never had them. Hey, Michelle. Okay, so I'm just trying to see what you guys said. Wonder if he was at the party that night. I don't know. This is like they should check his handwriting for the random letter. It's not him. I don't know. I'm just feeling like it's not like why, if he was a person of interest, what ruled him out all those years ago, especially when he was saying that he killed her in the street. Wouldn't they have really checked into him? So yeah, he might have the child porn and be guilty of that. But I don't know. Wouldn't they have? I don't know. And what would he be doing? I don't know. Was he at the party that night? Right. Yeah, cowgirl. Yeah, that's like the main thing, right? I don't know. I just think if they already had that much suspicion about him, they would have done some DNA testing, right? Or said no? I don't know. Could have been a dumpster diver. Who's a dumpster diver? Hi, Janae. You found it. Ollie's close by? All right, so let's. You guys think nothing, right, on that? I don't know. I feel like that case is never going to be solved. It's going to be, you really need to ask a question? Sure, cowgirl. Please do ask a question. Oh, there's Bella Mac. How are you doing? You didn't what? Which show, Sharon? Toddlers and Tiaras? Is that what you're talking about? That was crazy. And all those mothers, like they were just vicariously living through their daughters. So ridiculous. I don't think they could have anxiety because it's like having a birthday party times 112 every single weekend. Hey, I-69, how are you? Wow, 422 in here. Your daughter's in town. I got your message, right? I'm remembering that correctly, right, hon? So did you ask your question, cowgirl? Okay, no, not yet. I want to make sure I didn't miss it because every time someone says that to me, you're doing good. Hope you're doing good. I'm doing great. One needs to check the mothers who promote this on their daughters. Yeah. The Armstrong family paid $6 million for hospital negligence. Right, it won't be solved. Ramseys were well connected. Yes, they do live through their kids' sickening. Have the one daughter watching the Rosenbaum case. She is waiting for someone to answer with, yes, Aunt Lynn. Oh, from Handmaid's Tale? Yes, Aunt Lydia? Hold on a minute. From Handmaid's Tale, is that who she sounds like? She is waiting for someone to answer with, yes, Aunt Lydia, from Handmaid's Tale. So she's to the defense attorney. Are you talking about, cowgirl, in that? I've got to catch up on that. It's been so crazy. Who's been watching that Rosenbaum? I've been watching some of it, but then some of it I keep getting so many calls and having to do stuff. I keep missing it. And it's not like the other trial that you had all those breaks, right? Ever see Little Miss Sunshine? Yes, I did. I did see that one, yes. You're in the middle of HBO. Which one? Hold on. Who Killed Garrett Phillips is very good. I'll have to put that down on my list. I haven't been able to watch anything lately. Hush Money from Hospital Makes Mistakes. Neil Armstrong died. Always crazy when the kids, yeah, it is. Oh, the defense, yeah, yes, yeah, no, I agree on that one, yeah. Everybody's been talking about that defense attorney, everyone. I don't think there's anyone that said anything pleasing. Aunt Lydia is also in the new series called Lambs of God. What is that on? Is that on Hulu, Sari, or is it Netflix or what? Hey, Renee. The Rosenbaum trial is dragging on, Jenny Jo says. The defense even called the freaking mailman to the stand. Yeah? So what's the highlights on that, Jenny Jo? You have highlights on, you can give us a recap there? It's almost over. They say it will be over tomorrow. Is that true? The Rosenbaum case will be over tomorrow. It'll go to the jury. So what's going on? Does anybody here want to give? Is anybody here that's been watching it want to give us a recap? Want to come on the phone and give us a recap? You've been watching it. It really bothers you because of the foster care problem. I'm going to, what did you say? The chat is moving so fast. I'm going through, need to tell you sometime. Why don't you tell me now? Do you want to call in, Debbie, on the move? You want to give us an update? Beautiful night in Colorado. Is it cool there? It's very cold here, high 69. It was cold, too cold to swim yesterday for me. The kids went swimming on they actually went like tubing on another lake with Jimmy and their friend's father. You know, Casbot, Jimmy just told me Rutger Hauer, is that he? I'm like, who is that? I feel silly that I don't know who that is. And he's like, who is that, Casbot? And how old was he? Jimmy just told me that before I went on. Your daughter is playing PUBG right now on her phone. PUBG. You've been listening to this one as I should have. Oh, you haven't been, Jenny? Okay. Oh, you can, Deb, on the move? Okay. Can you send me an email real quick and I'll send you the number? Here, here's my email. Okay, I'll get you the. All right, let's see here. All right, just tell me when you've sent it and then I'll go and check. Hey, Grand Aunt Shmita, how are you? Oh no, Grand Aunt Shmita, I just had a software crazy thing. I had to like redo my whole Streamlabs, so that was fun. That'll get you a little stressed, right? But I'm good. You feel like your heart keeps breaking listening to these sad stories. It's tough, Jenny Jo. It's very tough. Yeah, sometimes you have to take a break on that. Hey, J Bells, how are you? Played in Blind Fury. Every time I see Blind Fury, there was a book, and my sister gave it to me. I don't know. I think I was like in 8th grade, and it was this story about these two little girls. It was like kind of like not really a horror type thing. It was a really big novel, paperback, and it was called The Blind Fury. I don't know if anybody's ever read it, and I think it was about like two sisters, and then one was blind, but I don't know if the blind one was like possessed. It was like a really weird thing. You did? Okay, I'll get you the number. Simon, I'm surprised to see you here. Okay, so let me get you the number. Okay. I don't have it yet. Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay. Very nice in Colorado. Once the sun went down, the temp dropped. I would come on, but I'm at work. Oh, really, Lisa? I know. I saw you there. You've been very good about. You're at work though, and they wouldn't appreciate you calling in. Oh no. I don't know why my. Hang on. I just want to fix this so I can see the chat better. Hang on. So I mean, the chat is actually like too big right now. So I'm just trying to get this somewhere. So. My counter is full of things I'm supposed to be reviewing and doing videos of, and I've got to do a video. Never got that done, J Bells, because they went on a motorboat lake instead, tubing. So I've got to run and get that done tomorrow. Okay, now let's see here. You went late night shopping? It's yuck during the day. You really enjoy his acting. I thought he was handsome. 75 is not very old. No, 75 is not very old. The funny thing is, they say people are living longer. To me, it doesn't seem like they are. It seems like a lot of people are dying like way younger, where there's so many people that seem before lived into their 90s, 100s. You know? I don't know. Casbot knows the name. Jimmy knows the name. I can't remember the name. I probably know the face or something. What did he act in? Oh, Rutger Hauer. Had super blonde hair, almost white. I'll have to look up a picture of him. He was from the Netherlands. What kind of movies was he in? Hey, Jeanette. Blade Runner. All right, everyone, I'm out of here for tonight. Make sure you get some sleep. I will. Thank you, Mary. The Hitcher? We almost have 500. Kindness Cake? Hi. Kathy Ann, thank you. But Blade Runner, okay. 60 is the new 40. We can wish, right? Hey, my full heart and hands. Hi, Misbehave. Hi, Margie. How are you? Lady Hawk was one of the most romantic movies with Rutger Hauer. I'm going to have to look it up. I don't know. Hey, Robbie Page. So we're waiting on Debbie. She's calling in, going to tell us about. It's okay. It's okay. Take a breath. Take a breath. All right. Don't you hate that at the doctor and you don't, and they're like, oh, just take a normal breath. The blind fury, right? And then you don't know how to breathe. Yeah, I hate that. It's like, hi.
Hello.
Hi. Hello. You know, I'm confused. I keep getting you mixed up with the Debbie from Australia.
I know. I'm in the wrong way.
I know.
And-
I don't know why that's happening.
Yeah, and I switched my
Username, right?
I switched my. Yeah.
Yeah, so now I'm
I
really
just did that
confused.
yesterday.
Yeah, now you've really confused me.
Yeah, I figured with all the problems on YouTube, I probably shouldn't have my real name.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's weird because somebody mentioned you the other day, and I'm like, wait, no, she's from Australia, and they're like, well, she must also be from Illinois, because I'm like, really? Because I don't think so. But it's weird because you both talk about like the foster care system, so now I'm really confused, and now it's driving me nuts because all I'm thinking is, what is the Debbie from Australia's name? And that's bothering me.
Oh, I've never heard her talk about foster care.
Oh, yeah, she has. And that's why I'm super duper. Who remembers? Anybody in the chat remember our Debbie from Australia? And I really thought it was that a name, but now, okay, I'm just really
I don't know. Every time I hear, there's too many Debbies on there. And
I know,
I
right?
keep on hearing Debbie do, and I look up, you know.
Oh, Debbie, do. I know. And a lot of like Linda's Lisa's, it gets confusing. Okay, so yeah,
Okay.
I'll try to remember which one. But yeah, go ahead. Tell us, you're watching this case every day?
Oh yeah, and it's really upsetting me. You know how this child fell through the system because I had the same problem. Well, I actually worked for DCFS here in Illinois for years and years and years, but the financial part of it, I brought in federal dollars. And so when I decided to become a foster parent, well, then I had to go through a private agency. So, because it was a conflict of interest to be licensed through DCFS when I worked there. And so went to a private agency, was a foster parent for probably 16, 17 years, something like that. And I always had like 5 or 6 kids at a time. And I was trying to weed it down because I knew I was moving out of state after my parents died. There was no reason to stay in this area because I hated it. And so I finally got down to like one child, you know, and then a caseworker asked me if I could take a baby straight from the hospital for like 2 or 3 days until he could be placed with his siblings. He couldn't be placed that day because her license, she wasn't licensed for that many kids. They had to do a special extension on her license to be able to place the newborn baby with their siblings. That was in October of 2014, and I didn't find out until June of the next year that DCFS did not approve the placement. So I was supposed to have this child for 2 or 3 days, and then it turned out to be permanent. Well, I noticed a few things with the child, you know, within the first month or two, but especially the second month, you know, I knew he had problems. I knew he was born with fetal alcohol syndrome, after he was born, he was only born at 4 pounds. And then, so he was in the NICU for about 2 weeks before I got him. And then I took him home. And, but after about 2 months, you know, I noticed there was like no eye contact. If you picked up the baby, it was like his limbs were stiff. His arms were completely stiff. They were completely straight, and his hands were in fists, you know, and his legs were straight. You had to force his arms and legs to move, you know, and I'd try to work him and stuff to get him used to moving. And after about a month and a half, when he's about a month and a half old or something like that, I called the doctor and they told me to take him straight over to early intervention and have them do an assessment on him. So I did that. Oh, plus, like if I clapped, he wouldn't even blink. If I put my finger in front of his face and moved it back and forth, he wouldn't look back and forth at it and stuff. And so they assessed him and everything. And actually, the head of early intervention, she didn't think he'd ever be able to walk and everything. And they started him on therapy right away. And he had different therapies every day, you know, and going to doctors every day, trying to figure out everything that was wrong with him. And once he started, and the baby never cried, ever. And since he was such a low birth weight, you know, I had to set my alarm at night for every 2 hours and wake him up and feed him because he never cried when it was time to eat. And he never cried at all, as a matter of fact. And so I went to I was doing all these doctor's appointments. He had physical therapy, occupational therapy. Later on, he had swimming therapy. He had speech therapy. He also couldn't drink. And I've had plenty of babies. I've fostered, oh God, it must have been at least 70 kids. I never kept count and everything, but when he would drink, I would have to, he would start choking, and it wasn't a choke. It was like a choke, I'm dying choke, and so we had to, go through all this testing to find out why he couldn't do that. And they had me put thickener in his milk so he could drink and everything else. Well, once he got older, he started showing more different signs. Like when he started to walk, he walked on his tiptoes. He was never verbal about anything. If he fell down and smacked his head, he wouldn't cry. There was no verbal, except, he would laugh. I would get him to laugh, and everything. So every day it was many doctor's appointments and therapy and everything else. Well, but he was such a loving child and stuff. I instantly fell in love with him. He was funny just in the stuff that he would do. We taught him sign language and everything, and that's how he communicated with us. Well, he started to become a problem when he got to the point he did learn how to walk, and he learned how to climb out of his crib. And he also had pica too. So this child, you could not take your eyes off of him for 1 second, because he would, like if he had a puzzle or something, like one time the caseworker was here, he ripped off the back of the puzzle, which was wood, and put it in his mouth and started eating it, and she's just like, did he just do that? And I'm, yep, as I'm jumping off the couch to get him. Well, it started to become a problem, and I kept on telling the caseworkers over and over again, I don't know how to keep him safe. At first, it was kind of like up to me to figure it out, and so I got on Facebook and asked my friends. One of my friends said, put him in a sleep sack, and I'm just like, do they make him that big? I've never seen, because then he wouldn't be able to swing his leg over the top of the crib to get out. And because it wasn't a matter of getting out of his crib, it was a matter of getting out of his room, while we're sleeping. And I only require like 4 hours of sleep anyway. It's not a large amount, but I need those 4 hours, and I couldn't keep a 24-hour watch on him. And in the meantime, we had found out he did have autism. He had muscle breakdown according to his blood work, and we were trying to figure out, through all this testing, why his muscles were breaking down. They didn't know if he had cerebral palsy or whatever. And so the poor little kid was getting pinched and poked, several times a week, it seemed like, or having x-rays run or MRIs and this and that. And he was born with an extra chromosome, and he had a bunch of medical problems. Well, I kept on telling the caseworker, I need to keep him safe. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't put a load of laundry in. I couldn't cook dinner. I couldn't do anything around the house because I couldn't take my eyes off of him. One morning I tried to put a small load of laundry in, and after it was about 3.5 hours, I hadn't even got the load of laundry run yet, because I'd put one piece of clothing in and he'd run out of the laundry room, or whatever. So, there were a couple of times where I called the caseworker in distress and told them that I'm overwhelmed and all this stuff. Well, we had a meeting with DCFS one time, and I ended up trying to get him specialized so he would be qualified for more services through DCFS. And we got him that. And I told him that I was taking him to daycare once a week, because when I found out he had autism, I knew that kids with autism had a problem with social skills and everything. So I wanted him to be around other children besides my daughter. I wanted him to be around other little kids so he could learn the social skills and everything. And then plus with the autism, he had meltdowns all day to where he would be, he would just all of a sudden start screaming and throwing his body around every which way. And I was scared he was going to, crack his head open on my tile floor. And so I got him a helmet, and he had eye problems real early, so we had to get him glasses and so forth. Well, every time, when we had this meeting with DCFS, and I told him that I was taking him to daycare once a week, that was out of my pocket. And the guy from DCFS, oh, that's a really good idea, and told the caseworker from the private agency, yeah, we need to get him in daycare, because even the doctor that diagnosed him with autism said, there's no way that you can be around this child 24/7, because I didn't get any breaks because I didn't trust anybody else to watch him, because I was scared something would happen, if they weren't used to, the stuff that he did and everything else. So I ended up not getting any breaks and everything else. And it was really bad once he started crawling out of his crib. So once he became specialized, the caseworker was over here once a week, and I kept on telling her, when are we going to get him in daycare, and everything. She's in there, well, DCFS won't pay for daycare because you're not working. I'm like, yeah, they will. I used to work at DCFS. You have to fill out the forms and request it and stuff. I can't do that, and almost a year went by and he still wasn't in daycare. But I had, like in January of 2017, with with these private agencies, you change caseworkers about every 2 or 3 months. And it's like the whole case starts all over again once you get a new caseworker, because they don't know anything about the child. And the private agencies don't pay anything. If they get a job with the state, they make like 3 times as much. So if you're in a private agency, you're only there till you get a state job and everything. It's just like a stepping stone. So when the caseworker, I got a new caseworker in January, and I kept on telling her, I don't know how to keep him in a crib, and in his room, because, something's going to happen and everything. And there's so many different rules with a foster parent than with a regular parent. You cannot put them in your room, to keep an eye on them. You cannot, do all sorts of stuff, and everything has to be approved by them, before you do anything. And most of the time you can't do anything. So anyway, she told me that there are these door safety handles at Toys R Us, and she has them on her kids' doors, and they're wonderful and everything. And so I said, I've never heard of one. So she pulled it up on her phone and showed me what it is. So I went out that night and got one. The only difference was her doorknob on her doors are round, and mine are the levers that you push down and open the bedroom door. So it was a different form of lock, but it was the same thing that she had, just for a different door handle. And that was wonderful. He was actually sleeping at night. His meltdowns completely stopped, so he wasn't in danger of hurting himself. As far as hurting himself, he could not feel pain. So he could actually fall down the stairs and, if he got out of his bedroom and be laying at the bottom of the stairs with his head split open, bleeding to death, and he wouldn't cry. He would just lay there and die, and so because he couldn't feel pain. And so it was real important that was on there. And once I got it on there, everybody in the house could sleep again, and it was wonderful. And then May 1st of 2017, I got a new caseworker. No, it was actually the week before. I got a new caseworker, and she came out here, and she came out here with the old caseworker to introduce me to the new caseworker. And the new caseworker looked at the thing on the door, and she said, "Oh, I don't think you can have that." And I said, "Well, she's the one that told me to get it, And and so the old caseworker said, "I didn't tell you to get that." I'm just like, "You did too. You pulled it up on your phone. I didn't even know they made those, She's in there, "I told you to get the round one." And I'm just like, I don't have round doorknobs, and everything. And she said, the new caseworker said, "Well, I'll check into that, but I don't think you can have that." And so she ended up going back to the office and talking to the licensing lady. And the licensing girl said, "No, she can't have that." And the licensing lady called me back and said, "No, you can't have that on your door." And I'm just on his bedroom door. You can't lock a foster child in his room. And I'm just like, "No, you don't understand. I have a baby monitor on the outside of his door. I can't put it on the inside because he'll find it and tear it up. So I put it on the outside of his door so I could hear him, And when he wakes up, and then I'd come in there and get him up, and let him out. But I told her, I said, "I don't think you understand what his problems are." And I started to explain everything everything medical that was wrong with him. And she said, "Well, I tell you what, because we already had a licensing home visit scheduled for that next Monday, because you have to have one once a year. They have to come out here and recheck everything." And she said, "I tell you what," she says, when I come out there Monday, if that thing is if that lock is still on the door, well, then I'm going to hotline you. And I'm just like, okay, so I ended up shutting the door, hanging up with her. And I did take that off the door, but then to protect myself, I called DCFS and filed a complaint because I knew that they would get to the bottom of it and then tell me to put that back on there. And in the meantime, it was hell all over again. Him not sleeping, it was just a play day every night till 3:00 in the morning. My daughter and I had an old foster kid living here, not through the foster care system, but he was a kid that already went home. And when he was 16, his mom kicked him out on the street, and he called me. So he had been living here for a couple of years, with just me as a guardian, but not to the system. And so here, these kids couldn't get any sleep on school nights and everything because this kid would be up, playing around, opening his bedroom door, which had an alarm on it, and closing it because kids with autism do stuff repetitive. So he was opening the door, closing it, opening it, closing it, so he could hear the alarm go off and just laugh, and he thought that was so funny. And so then the licensing person, when she was out here on the 1st, I told her, I said, this isn't working. He's keeping everybody awake, and there's no foster parent on this earth that can stay awake 24/7 and watch this kid. I said, you have to tell me what I can do, because I don't know, and if I can't keep him safe, I don't want him in this house and everything. And she said, she said that I could get a weighted blanket to keep him in his bed. And at the time that she was here with another, she was here with the caseworker. It was the licensing worker and the caseworker. But the child was in the living room with his therapist, which are right next to each other. And so when the therapist heard all this stuff, these guys giving me a problem about that lock and how to keep them safe, the therapist, stopped her therapy and came over there. And she's just like, no, this child cannot be out of his bed, or out of his room without somebody watching him. You need to tell her what she can do. And that's when she suggested the weighted blanket. And the therapist says, no, DCFS will not allow you to have a weighted blanket. They call that restraining a child. And so here the therapist was telling the licensing girl her job, something that she already should have known. And so then the licensing worker suggested a tall dog gate, because they have the poles that are going straight up, so there's nothing for the child to catch on to. It's not like he'd be, climbing up the gate. But that worked for like 2 days and stuff, and he got over that. And so I called the private agency again, and I was so mad. I said, okay, this didn't work. You got to tell me something else that can work. And so in the meantime, DCFS had called the private agency, told them that they needed to set up a meeting with all 3 of us so we could figure this out. Because I was in the process of adopting this child, but which they were trying to push the adoption real fast. In fact, they were trying to get me to adopt him back in January. and the doctor that that diagnosed him with the autism says, "Don't you dare sign anything for his adoption until we find out every little thing that's wrong with him, because then we can put that in the adoption agreement to make sure that the state will cover any medical expenses of any conditions that he had prior to the adoption." So we ended up, so I was putting it off, until we found out every single little thing that was wrong with him. In the meantime, they set up a meeting, and it was going to be for like the middle of June. And about 2 weeks about a week and a half after, he could get over that dog gate, I ended up calling. I had laid him down for a nap, and I had gone in my room, which is on the same. I have a huge house. I have a 5-bedroom house and all this stuff. And if I'm on the main floor, I can't hear him upstairs. So I was in my room watching a movie while he laid down for a nap, and I could hear on the monitor that he wasn't moving anymore. And so that meant that he was asleep. And I was watching a movie, and I accidentally fell asleep because I hadn't had any sleep that month. I was lucky to get an hour, and I was like sleeping on the floor outside of his bedroom and all this stuff. Well, in that time, he got out of my house, and he drowned in my pool. I have an in-ground pool. And so then there was this investigation and all this stuff. And that took a long time, since it was a foster child that died. And so they ended up, these girls that were involved with this at the private agency, I didn't know these girls. They were all new, like straight out of college and everything. And because all the girls that I had worked with, they had all left and gotten jobs with the state. And I don't even know if they even knew that I used to work for DCFS and stuff for like 18 years or 19 years. But anyway, they ended up, there was this huge investigation, and then they ended up citing me for neglect. And they did, that's just through DCFS. There were no legal charges or anything else. And then Lutheran, the private agency, I didn't want to say who it was, the private agency got in a bunch of trouble too, but I'm not sure what all they got them for. But I ended up appealing mine. And so in the meantime, they gave me the police report. But it was like, by the time that, the police report and all the investigations, the DCFS investigation and the foster care investigation, the police investigation and everything else. And this was like a week before my appeal, and I almost died. They had, all the caseworkers had made up stories. They all talked about how they were so concerned about the safety for this child, and I wasn't. They said that they had told me to do this and do that, and I flat out refused and told them I wasn't doing it and everything, and they falsified paperwork. The licensing girl that came out May 1st, she actually took, when the licensing person comes out once a year, they don't bring, they don't give you a copy of the licensing report. They take it back to their office and they file it. And they ended up taking part of a licensing report from 2015 when I had a girl foster child in the house. Because that part of it, they took my signature off of that page, and doctored up a licensing report and added all this stuff to it, and everything, and to make it all fall on me. And that's why I was indicated for neglect. And so I was furious, I was furious. I was upset. I was mourning my child that I had just lost. It was all a blur. In the meantime, about 5 or 6 months after his death, I was diagnosed with, this was right after my appeal, before I found out, if I won the appeal or not, I found out I had breast cancer. So I had the surgery, did the radiation. They did a body scan for the radiation, before the radiation, and then the radiologist noticed at the very bottom of the screen, it just showed a little part of my kidney, and that had cancer on it. So right after the breast cancer, we had to deal with kidney cancer. Breast cancer was a breeze. Kidney cancer, I had nothing but problems with the surgery afterwards. In fact, I almost died right after the surgery. I almost bled to death. My blood pressure went from 70/30 in recovery, and they couldn't get my blood pressure up for 7 hours. They were pumping me with all sorts of stuff. And so I had never had any time to deal with this other stuff. With the investigation the investigation was over, but trying to get the stuff out of these lies out of my files. I didn't have time to deal with that at the time because I was so sick. I ended up having to have 2 surgeries and just recently, that was back in July, and just recently, I've started to get some of my energy back and everything, and now I'm moving. But then in February of this year, I get a subpoena in the mail, and the biological parents, the biological dad is suing me for wrongful death and stuff, which means, he can literally take my home and everything else. But luckily, on my insurance form, on my homeowner's insurance, my pool was covered because I have an in-ground pool. And I live out in the country. I didn't have a pool around my fence, but I have a pool around maybe uh, maybe about a half an acre of my backyard. And that was always fine for licensing as long as there was a fence around it. And so then I find out I'm being sued. I send all this stuff to my insurance company, and after several months, they send it back and say that that this child was not covered under my policy because he lived in my house. Okay, and I was like totally confused. I said, "You mean that?" Okay, say if my daughter jumped off the diving board and hit her head at the bottom of the pool and was paralyzed, that you would not cover her medical expenses? And they said, yeah, that's correct. And everything, which I had no clue. I just assumed that if I had my pool on my homeowner's insurance, that anybody that got injured or whatever, they'd be covered on that. And that's not the case and stuff. And here I am, you know, my whole life, I've completely stopped, you know, to put into foster care. And these kids were my life, and especially this other one, you know. I mean, I've let the kids live here after they're adults and they're in trouble, they're homeless or whatever. I've let them come back here and I've supported them. I've even let the mothers, you know, after the kid goes back home and the mother comes into trouble and doesn't have a place to live with her child and doesn't want the kid to be taken back into foster care, I let them stay here. I mean, everything. And I have no money, you know. All my money's wrapped up in my house. I have a lot of equity in my house, but I'm not going to give this. I'm not going to give this guy my house. And plus, the first two letters that I got from his lawyer, he didn't even know how to spell his son's name. And then I said something to Mom about it. I said, you know, I got these letters from his lawyer, and he doesn't even know how to spell his son's name. And plus, Mom and Dad had already given up, they had already signed over their legal rights almost a year prior to this. And so I could adopt the child. Well, they gave up their rights right before they were getting ready to take their rights away from them, because it looks better if they gave them up first. So they gave them up, and technically they can still sue me for it, you know. And I don't even have money for a lawyer to even protect myself. And so I've just been going after tragedy after tragedy after tragedy, and I don't know, I'll never be the same after losing this baby. You know, it's just like, why did I listen to that caseworker to take that lock off the door when I knew that was wrong? Even if it was breaking the rules, I should have just let her hotline me, you know? I mean, the rules are so bad. But then when I found out that they lied about everything, and I even got proof, you know, I got affidavits from the therapist that was here the day that they were, you know, they never said squat about my pool, you know, and they never gave me any direction on what I could do to keep him safe. I told them 1,000 times, you know, if I can't keep him safe, I don't want him here. They never took him out. and everything. I've just been, and then I've been watching this trial on this 2-year-old, and I'm like, oh my God, the system failed her too, and everything. But I'm moving to Arizona, which I was moving before I even got this child. What kept me here was this child, waiting for the state to do something, either send him back home or I would adopt him or whatever. And then I couldn't because I was mourning the child, and then with my health. So I'm just now being able to move out of Illinois. But I'll just have to come back for the court hearings or whatever. But once I get to Arizona, I'm going to get a lawyer and then sue the private agency for deprivation, for it lying about everything, trying to put this on me. They were just trying to save their jobs, And I mean, I could have gone to jail, I mean, and they they went on with their lives, I think they all got fired, from the private agency, because shortly after this, I found out they were all working at some other place, but they still have their social workers license, and I'm going after their license and stuff, because if they would lie on a death investigation, that puts every case that they've ever gone in front of a judge for into jeopardy with our foster care system. So, I mean, the whole system screwed up, not just in Illinois, but everywhere, we've had I think 6 kids so far die in foster care this year. Not in foster care, but being returned home too early, and they died at the hands of a parent and everything. And so our system is under scrutiny every night on the news and everything. They're doing all these stories and trying to get people to call in about their experiences and stuff, but I won't do that because I'm not doing it through the news. I'm going to do it in a court, because I don't want to stop anybody else from being a foster parent. I mean, they're even saying that, I can turn around tomorrow and get my license. I gave up my license because I'm moving, but I can go get my license in Illinois anytime I want. It didn't affect that, but I don't know. That's my story and everything, but I'm up and down about
Okay.
what to do, and
Debbie?
I don't
Okay.
want it to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just want to say I'm really sorry. Then everybody in the chat is really sorry for your loss. That's horrific. And then to go through all of your health challenges, and then the lawsuit and all of that is just horrific. Cowgirl Up said she'd like to help you and wants me to connect you through her email if you'd be open to that. But I mean, so when are you moving to Arizona?
Well, if it wasn't for you, it would have been June 1st.
Was it?
But I'm on your chat every night.
Oh,
And I haven't been packing up my house.
you haven't been packing up your house?
But
Okay.
I haven't even started. And one of my friends is moving in here. I'm not selling the house, but she wants to stay here for 6 years until her kids get out of school. and so she's just going to take over the house payment for 6 years, and then I'll sell it. But
Oh, she'll take over the house
I'm
payment
just
for 6
like,
years and then you'll sell it. I'm just doing this
yeah,
because
I'm just
Cowgirl
like,
Up has a
oh
hearing,
my gosh,
can't hear, so I was lip syncing, so she could read my lips.
yeah,
So I'm just going to repeat what you're saying so that she can. So I'm not crazy. I'm just, I just want you
yeah,
to know that's what I'm doing. Okay. Okay. So someone's
yeah.
going to
But
move
she's
in your
moving in
house
here
for 6
Friday.
years and take care of all the payments in then that time, and then after that you'll sell the house, right? Okay.
Yeah, in 6 years. Yeah,
Right.
but she's moving in here Friday, and
She's
I
moving in
still have
Friday,
5 bedrooms full of stuff.
and you have 5 bedrooms full of stuff. Wow. How many people are
I
moving in
haven't
the
even
house?
started. Just me and my daughter.
No, but I mean, she's bringing her kid. How many is she bringing?
How many what?
She has children?
No, she's 12.
Oh, okay. No, not
Oh,
your daughter. The girlfriend that's moving in.
oh, she has 2 kids and a husband.
Oh, and they're all moving in on Friday?
Yeah,
Oh boy.
yeah, yeah, and stuff. So I wasn't, and I still have painting to do, let alone
You have
moving.
painting to do. Oh
Um,
wow.
yeah. So I got, but
And your daughter's 12?
actually, yeah,
Hi.
yeah. She's one I adopted through foster care.
You adopted her through foster care?
Yeah, I adopted a bunch of them. But I think that's the first time that I've ever told that story without completely breaking down
Yeah, that's rough stuff.
and
Yeah.
everything. We just had our 2 year anniversary
Oh
of his
wow.
death and everything. But it's been rough. It's just one hit after another, and I'm just like, does this ever stop? You know?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
I know. It's some things get they say it rains, it pours, and you're just like, when is it gonna,
yeah,
stop pouring, right? Um.
yeah.
Yeah. I
But we're
feel.
moving to. I've had a place in Arizona for 2 months now. We're just gonna rent for. Well, actually, I signed a 15-year lease, and then after that, I'll end up buying something. And but I have family there,
You have
and
family. Is
my
that why you're
daughter
moving
wants.
there? Because your family is there?
Yeah, well, my doctor told me that since I actually had 2 separate cancers, that the likelihood of me getting cancer again is really good. So
Wow.
I want to be near family. I don't have any family. Well, I have a sister in Chicago and a sister in St. Louis, but they're like 2 hours away and everything else. But if I would ever, have to have surgery again or whatever, well, then my daughter is here. I mean, I would have family there that, you know, that could get her to school and stuff like that. So, but we definitely, I mean, the foster care system definitely has to change. And I'm only on day 5 of that trial.
Oh, of the
And
Rosenbaum, trial.
yeah, and that's really been bothering me because, you know, these private agencies are just throwing these kids straight out of college out to the wolves. You know, they have no training.
They have no training. The
Um,
kids out of high school that are being these counselors, you mean? Out of college? Or they're just need a high school? Don't they? What do they
no,
need?
out
High
of
school? Just
college.
college?
With their they
Was,
have their social
oh,
work
okay. Because
license,
I thought
but
you said high school. I'm like, well, that's must be different. Okay, so
no,
they have a social worker
no
that's throwing them right there
experience.
into it.
You know, no experience as a
No
foster. I
experience.
mean, this child should have been in an institution, technically. I had no problem, taking care of him 24/7, but let me sleep for 4 hours,
Right.
That's all I wanted, and they wouldn't even listen to that. It was just like,
Right.
figure it out. It was just up to me, and then to have them pulling them out of my pool.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I'm so sorry.
And everything. I
Right.
mean, this kid, oh my God, he was so freaking happy.
Yeah.
Just smiled 24/7. I mean, he was my life. And even my daughter said, I haven't seen you smile since he died.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I
Yeah.
mean, I've completely changed, and it doesn't help living in this house.
Yeah. There's so many memories, right? Yeah. Oh, and the pool must
And
be
to
very
think
hard,
that-
right? You don't want to see that, and because you just probably keep thinking of what you just said, right? So, yeah.
Yeah.
So you needed just to change and be with family, and
Yeah, and I'm renting. I just need to rest is one thing, I mean, I have 2.25 acres, a pool, 5 bedrooms,
right.
4 bathrooms. I mean, it's like I can't even enjoy it here, even if nothing happened,
Right,
because
right.
I'm single.
Yeah.
The only reason I bought such a big house was so I could take in big sibling groups, because there's nobody, if somebody had 4 or 5 kids that came into care, they'd all be split up probably into 3 different homes.
Right,
And
right.
they may never
So
see
you
their
got the big
siblings
house to
again,
take in big sibling groups, right? Yeah.
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 And
Now,
So
I just have
it's-
someone has a question about something you said about hotlining. What does that mean? They want to know what hotlining means.
filing a child abuse report,
Oh,
and then
Mona
that person would
filing
be
a child abuse report
investigated.
and getting investigated. That's what they mean.
Yeah,
Okay. She just had a question.
yeah. I know. I was trying to put, I was trying to put it in language to where everyone would understand, no matter where you lived. But
Right.
a lot of times, because a lot of people don't understand foster care. I mean, what you can and can't do.
Right. Right.
Like I can't put like chain locks on my outside doors, because that would be locking a child in the house. If there was a fire, they would need to get out. And that's like, that was my fight with the caseworker. You can't lock him in there, because if there was a fire, he couldn't get out. I'm just like, the child is severely disabled.
Mm-hmm.
If there was a fire, I would have to run through the flames and get him out myself.
Right.
Because, for one, with him having autism, the lights of a fire, he would be attracted to. He would be running towards the fire, not away from it, And I'd have to go through the flames to get him out anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And everything. And they didn't understand I mean, unless you lived it and realized what all had to be done, you just could not even imagine, but
Right.
I was, willing to do everything, and that's what I wanted. I knew I was I mean, even if they would have said, the muscle breakdown was, cerebral palsy or something else, I knew the way the doctors were talking that eventually he was going to be in a wheelchair. I had no problem with that. I mean, my son that I adopted, he only has a 56 IQ, and I'll always be responsible for him. I mean, he's 30 years old now, but I have to do, all of his bills. He doesn't understand numbers, and I have to tell him, did you clean your house? Did you mow your lawn? I mean, they told me that he would have to live in an institution. And I got him when he was in 4th grade, when he was 10, and he was literally like maybe a 1.5-year-old. I mean, he couldn't brush his own teeth. He couldn't, get a glass of water by himself and all this stuff. And I'm just like, oh no, I mean, from day one, I was teaching him life skills because they said he would have to live in a home and everything when he was older. I'm just like, no, he doesn't, And I was teaching him how to do laundry, scrub a toilet, how to fix easy meals. And I actually bought him a home. Well, it was a HUD home that I got for a really reasonable price on an acre of land. And he can do he can even drive a car, but if you ask him what 10 plus 2 is, he can't tell you. And money and time, he has no concept of time. And he works a job, and he's actually sitting in the parking lot like 45 minutes early because he's scared he's going to be late, and I mean, stuff like that. But, he's actually working a job. He's not on Social Security anymore. I sent him to school to do auto body repair. Like if somebody gets in a wreck, they repair the body of the car. And the instructor at the college said that he will work one-on-one with them. And he did. As long as you show him what to do, he can do it. He can't read how to do it, but if you show him, he can do it. And he's working an auto body tech job now. Well, he just got that this year. He's been out of school for years, but he just got hired at a place, and so he's off of Social Security, supporting himself now. He's off of all public aid, and he's a contributing member to society where, all the doctors and DCFS and everybody else told me he'd never be able to be on his own. So it's,
Now,
but I spent many hours to get him to where he's at now.
and that was a foster
and
child,
I-
did you say? Who?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't
okay.
have any birth children.
Okay, no, because I just missed
adopted.
who it was. Because I was trying to lip sync for. I missed that. So it was a foster child that's 30 years old, and that you did all that with. Okay, I just wanted to clear that up.
Yeah,
Okay.
and stuff. But I'm just hoping when I move to Arizona, things calm down. I
Okay.
mean, I'm still being sued, but
Well, Cowgirl
I'm
Up wants
hoping-
to
I
help
mean-
you with, just talk to you about helping you with some stuff. So I'm going. If you, is it okay if I put you in touch with her through an email?
yeah.
Okay.
But I figure if you can't even spell your son's name,
Mm-hmm.
you don't deserve any money. I mean, the kid was almost 3 years old, and you
Right.
don't know how to spell his name.
Yeah. Right.
Come on,
And
I
is
mean,
it's just the father that's suing you?
yeah.
Yeah.
The father that gave up his rights to the child is suing me.
So, right, and it's probably just to get money from you, right? That he didn't, did they have visitation with the child or anything? No, right?
Once a week.
Oh, he
once
did have,
a week and
and he didn't know how to spell his son's name?
yeah, he had it once. Well, he's a big alcoholic. All he does is drink.
She doesn't
Once
have
a
a lawyer,
week,
no.
and half the time, half the time he doesn't show up. I'd bring the child into town,
Mm-hmm.
and we'd sit there for a half an hour. He would never show up, and we'd come back home.
So, okay, so he had supervised visitation once a week for half an hour, and half the time he didn't even show up.
No, he had it for an hour.
Oh, an
We'd
hour.
Sit there
You'd sit there half an hour, and he
hour,
didn't show up. I got it.
and then we'd go back home.
And then you go
Yeah.
back home. Okay.
I mean, half the time he showed up.
Right.
Sometimes he showed up drunk, and they
Showed up drunk.
wouldn't let him see him.
Right.
Yeah. And I mean, the guy's homeless. He lives on the streets of Springfield, sleeping on park benches. And
Right.
he doesn't
You don't
want to
have
work.
Cowgirl wants to know,
you
you
know.
don't have an attorney?
No,
Because-
I can't afford one.
You
I don't
can't-
know what to do.
All right, but she said,
Right now-
do you know of one that you would use? She said because she could wire the money to the attorney.
Oh, God, no.
She says, "Oh God, no, Cowgirl."
No.
She says, "Oh no."
Right now,
Right now.
right now, I'm waiting for. I'm seeing if the Illinois Attorney General
I'm seeing if the Illinois
will,
Attorney General
will cover it.
will cover it.
Will represent me.
Will represent me.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if they don't, well, then I'm going to the news media that's been doing the programs on DCFS for the last several months. I mean, every night
If they
do
don't,
a
she's going to go to
section
the
on-
news media that's been covering the stories on DCFS.
Yeah. And once they get that media attention, they'll be getting me attorney. Believe me.
And she thinks once they get the media attention, they'll get the attorney.
Yeah. When the public finds out that they lied and falsified documents, and I got proof that they falsified. I mean, I got everything.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll put you in touch with
And,
Cowgirl. She may have some advice for you anyway. And again, I'm like really sorry for your loss, and it must be very hard to, watch another, case of like the Rosenbaums, where the DCFS, failed those children,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. The whole family did, and
I'm going to put her in touch with you, Cowgirl.
it's a shame.
Yeah.
It's a shame, but that's our
Well,
system.
I'm very, very sorry. And,
Yeah.
if you need some help, if you do go to the media, let me know. I mean, we could all tweet or something to the station, or, if I could put something up on my
Yeah.
blog for you or anything, you let me know. And, let us know about if we can help you out with that part of it.
Yeah. But that's the scary part is that when I first got that summons that he was suing me, I'm thinking I'm covered. I got insurance. That means that every foster parent that has a child in their home, if they would get hurt or, God forbid, killed in the home, they're not covered. Are you really willing to give up your whole life savings, lose your house and everything else to become a foster parent? I mean,
Right. Yeah.
if
No.
I bring that up on the news,
Right.
they'll be hiring me a lawyer.
Right.
And
Right.
because, I mean, I don't want to because,
Who carried your
you know,
homeowners? Who was your homeowners policy under?
State Farm.
State Farm?
Yeah.
Mm.
And since he was a minor child in my home that lived here and I was taking care of him, they won't cover it. Now, if a neighbor was over here swimming and drowned in my pool, they would have covered it.
Right. Yeah. Okay. The neighbor's child, it drowned, they would cover it, but not your foster child.
Right. Right. And stuff. So it's a mess, but we'll get through it.
Okay. All right. I will put you in
Hopefully.
touch with Mary. I will put you in
hate
touch
all
with
this
Cowgirl. And like I said, if you
coming up.
need help with the media, getting the word out, we'll help you with that. So let me know.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
hopefully we'll get everything.
It feels good to get that off my chest because really, I mean, I can't talk to anybody around here because of the privacy laws and all this stuff. I mean, you guys don't know, the agency that I went through or the child's name or this and that,
Yeah.
And around here, I can't talk about it. So it's something that.
So it's something you needed to get off your chest.
Years and, I can't even start to heal till I get out of here this week. So.
Right. Wow. You're gonna be doing some. I think maybe if some people live near you, they should come over and help you pack.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
Well, we're not taking anything.
Oh, you're not. Okay.
No. I told my daughter she could take her clothes, her Legos, and her books, and that's it. And we'll just get all new stuff there because it's not worth, paying $10,000 to have older furniture moved, so. Okay, well, I'll let you guys go.
Again, my sincere condolences, and please let us know, if there's anything that we can do there, and I will put you in touch with Cowgirl. And all right, and thanks for telling your story, and I'm glad that it helped you. And again, very sorry, but I'm, glad that it gave you a little bit of comfort to get that off your chest.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Oh,
I
you're
love
welcome.
all you guys.
I love you too.
Thanks.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay. All right, so that was sad, and I hope that I keep her in your prayers and that she can get the help she needs to help herself. She's done a lot and had a lot come down on her. So, there's hold on a minute. I have to say something else. I promised someone I would say this, and I think there's someone else we need to give prayers for. What is it? Someone's in here. Hold on 1 second. Let me just read you because I have to tell you this. I promised I would share this yesterday, and then I wasn't on, so let me just, wasn't on live, I should say. Let me see. Hold on, I'm almost there. Let's just think. So many emails. Oops, no. And I will get back to, I appreciate you guys sending all your emails. I will get back to you just as soon as I can. Hold on, I'm trying to get to the, wow, I keep going through the emails and I think that, probably, it's going to be here. All right, let me just do a search because I know it's. And hey, Dylan, I saw you come into the chat when I was on there. Let me see here. I can't believe how many emails that just came in since I've been on. I had this one all ready to go, and it must have been like 3 pages of emails have come in, so now I'm trying to remember. All right, maybe if I just go to my sent mail, I can find my response to her easier. Okay, I think we're getting close now. Oh my gosh. This is okay. Well, why can't I find this? Let me see. So let me just say something. Say a prayer to Saint Anthony. Maybe I'll find it. Okay. Oh, maybe I did find it. Hold on. I found it. Whew. Thank you, St. Anthony. Okay, so let's see. Okay, this is from Casey. Okay, she's a longtime subscriber of the channel. She wrote me yesterday with this. She said, I'm a longtime subscriber of yours and I absolutely love and support your channel. I'm writing to tell you about what happened to my family yesterday. My brother was killed yesterday around 5:15 p.m. He was on his way home from his brand new job that he was so excited to have gotten. A huge flash thunderstorm started and my brother lost control of his truck and he was hydroplaning and crossed the lanes and was hit head on by a semi-truck. His truck exploded into pieces and was cut in half. He was killed instantly. We went to the funeral home today and they did not want us to view him because he is destroyed. My brother, Jerry Vance Jr., little Jerry or Bubba to our family, was involved in a fatal accident on July 22nd, 2019 on Highway 231 in Brundage, Alabama. He was on his way home from his new job. He had been working there for 2 weeks. He has no life insurance. A flash flood storm and his truck hydroplaned and he lost control and he skidded into the other lane and was hit by a semi-truck head on. His truck was crushed. I have had him moved to Ozark, Alabama, where we live. My brother was an amazing man. He loved his family more than anything. He loved the outdoors, fishing, and exploring the woods. He always helped anyone he could. He met and fell in love with his soulmate and her daughter a year ago. He was starting a new chapter of his life, and he was so excited. I'm asking if anyone could donate anything to help us follow through with my brother's wishes. It would be greatly appreciated by my family. Anything donated will go towards his cremation and urn, and I thank everyone so much. Whether you donate or pray for my brother and our family, it means everything to us. I have started a GoFundMe page to help cover the cost of his cremation. The only family I have left is my mom, my daughter, and my son, and we lost my sister in 2005, my dad in 2012, and now my big brother. He was only 43 years old. He was just starting to begin the next chapter of his life. He met a girl he fell madly in love with, and he wasn't able to have kids. She had a daughter, and he fell into the role of her dad so easily. She absolutely adored my brother. The new job would have given him the benefits his previous job didn't. He was just over the moon. My mother and I both received Social Security and don't know how we're going to get up the $1,600 to have him cremated. If you could share this GoFundMe or help me in any way, I would greatly appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. I'm enclosing his GoFundMe link and the links to the news articles so you know I'm being honest. Okay, so also here's a few pictures of my Bubba. If you can help or share or send prayers, I would be eternally grateful. I'm sorry this is so long. I know long messages stress you out. Okay, yours are okay. I'm so sorry for your loss. And let me just show you, let's see, the news article so you can see that she is honest, because I know a lot of people are wary and it's okay to question, but see, 1 killed in 3 vehicle crash outside Brundage, and Vance's family has created a GoFundMe. So I guess this is the link, right? But you have let me see, there's another link here I'll put in the chats. Let me just copy link, hang on. And then I have some pictures, hold on, let me just get this link and I'll get the pictures. Yes, I'm sending the link right now, Cowgirl. That's the link, and Casey Madison is her name. Random Guy Jeff. Now hang on. And there is that was that one. There's another. What is this? Oh, another article. She's showing man kill. Hold on. Come here. Oh, this is going to ask me if. What is this? I don't even know what. I'm just going to say not triggered. I don't even know what the heck is going on there. Jerry Wayne Vance, 43. And let me see. And here's a few pictures. So I'm not seeing, let me see. The pictures. Well, we can show the GoFundMe. Let's see. I don't know if Casey, I'm not sure where the photos are. I have the one there. You said you sent me some photos. I don't know if I'm missing them. Oh, maybe they're in. Oh, hang on a second. Hold on. I've got the photos here. Hang on. Hang on. That's that. Let me make this a little larger. Okay, well, any prayers or any donations for the GoFundMe would greatly help. And so if you so feel inclined, there's the link. But she can always use prayers. and sharing the page. If you can do so much as share the page, that's a great help as well. Okay, so I wanted to get that, and okay, what is this now? Okay, you know, Wildlife, I don't think, now this is sad because I think you sent this, I know you sent this on May 24th. Oh, wait, no, I did. Okay. Oh, I was, okay, I did, okay, I got scared for a minute, like I didn't respond to that. All right, all right, so okay, and there's a lot of emails here. I appreciate your emails. I will get back to those emails as soon as I can. Let me get back to the chat. Okay, now what's going on here? Okay, now my chat is like really a lot of people here tonight, right? So, what was it? Good night there, Gina. Hey, Alicia, I got you. Anna, hello. You just woke up to hear that? Yeah. Sad. Lots of sad stuff tonight. That's about 39 minutes from you, Angie? Was this near Albany? No, no, it wasn't. The links, if you go to the GoFundMe page, she does have the links to those articles if you want to read the news articles. Yeah, I have a lot. I got a Pitbull. Today I must have like pages and pages of new emails. But does anybody else have anything before we sign off here? I know that yes, we have to get on. We have to get tomorrow's. What is today? Today's Tuesday. I can't even get the days right anymore. Today is when. I mean, it's Wednesday now, but right. This is the place to be. Thank you to Scooter. Yeah, Angie, it's been a heartbreaking night here. You sent me an email about how HLN treated during the film. Do you want me to read it now, Sammy? Or is it for me to read alone, or do you want me to read it now? You can read it now. Did you just give me a time frame? You just sent it to me? It's not Thursday. Wait a second. Today, oh my God. Today's Wednesday? I mean, it was Wednesday? Tomorrow's Thursday. I'm so lost. I lost a day this week now again. Tomorrow is Thursday. Yes, I remember now. Tomorrow's Thursday. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right, Sammy, hang on. Less than an hour ago? 1 second. I feel like I just have like one day. It just moves in. Okay. So let's see. Sammy. Let's see if I can find your email here. Okay. Okay, so this is from Sammy. She's right in the chat there. She says, hey there. A while ago, I called into chat and I shared the story about my friend Sasha with you. Oh, right. You remember Sammy shared that story when her friend Sasha was killed. You guys remember that one in Orlando, right? By that maintenance worker, was it? Who remembers that? I want to see how many remember, Sammy. I'm just going to come back to the chat for a minute. You guys remember that when Sammy called in about that girl she worked with that was killed? You remember that? Remember she told us that story? She called in and then you guys remember that? She worked with that girl and then she went back to the apartment and then like what was it, the maintenance guy killed her, he strangled her or something in the bed, and then they said horrible things in court and her mother, what, you remember that? Oh, who's it? Happy birthday to Random Guy Jeff. It's your birthday, Random Guy? Wow. And Angelina ATF. Happy birthday, you guys. Happy birthday. Let's get a prayer train going for this poor woman. Yes, Alicia. I said somebody was supposed to start on the prayer list or something, right? For everyone. There's so many people hurting, right? And, everyone can offer prayers or good thoughts or whatever, right? And do that. So, all right, everybody knows Sammy. So she's sending me a new message. So this is who I'm reading. This is Sammy. A while ago, I called into the chat and shared the story of my friend Sasha with you. As it turns out, HLN ran one of the lies. Oh, I know, just like the Watts, that series that they did the Watts with, they ran it on this one. And I think it was, what was it? Lies, you can't even remember, but it's lies, video, and is it crime, lies, and video? I think it's crime, lies, and video, or right? Something like that, right? It's called, it has an episode about Sasha called Horror in Apartment 345. Horror in Apartment 345. The week after the Watts episode. Wow. I want to see that. I'd just like to see that, just to see it. Sasha's mom had been and continues to post on Facebook about their experience with HLN. I thought you and the rest of the gang would find some of the details interesting. First, when HLN approached their parents, they begged them not to do this because they are still in a lot of pain. The producers told them that they are going to tell the story of Sasha's murder with or without them, their involvement, which is so messed up, right? Yeah. Her parents declined to be interviewed in the filming. Second, either HLN got so much of it wrong because they're not very good with researching, or they used whoever would engage with them to tell the story. For example, they said that she worked at a company that she hadn't worked at least 2 years before she passed. I guess I don't want to see this. They said she worked for an apartment company, and of course, they sensationalized this during the episode by saying something like Sasha hired people find their dream apartments, but Sasha was anything but. I don't remember how they phrased it word for word. However, what they said, it was super distasteful. Third, they heavily featured her murderer's defense lawyer. He is similar to Jose Baez. He kept saying sensitive things even though he lost the case, and despite the fact that they found his client's DNA on Sasha and he was seen on video with her, etc. Lastly, HLN reapproached Sasha's family one last time and tried to bait them into participating by telling them the defense attorney participated. The episode was really tough to watch, especially the reenactments. I can't imagine what it was like for Sasha's parents or the Watts family. HLN sucks. Yeah. I wonder if there's any other factual episode on it. That's kind of what I mean. Is there a factual, has this been covered by another more reputable company that they have something? I mean, I just wanted to see, just see if there was any more information on the case or something that you would recommend if somebody wanted to get some background on that. But let me get back to the chat. HLM's film of Chris Watts was odd. CW was odd. Think they had to cut bits out. I'm glad what they did show was disgraceful sensationalism. Nancy Grace covered it, but most of the trial and all of the CCTV footage is on YouTube. Okay. So the mother's talking about this on on Facebook, you said, right? And she has a group about this on Facebook, right? Okay. Yeah, that's terrible. Well, I'm sorry for that, Sammy, and extend our condolences to her family. How do I send the video? Oh, what's it on, Cowgirl? Where's the video? Can you send it to my email? Can you email it to me? Is it on your YouTube? Do you have it on your YouTube, or you just have it uploaded as an MP4? I beg you to please pray for my friend Ragna. She has months to live, brain cancer, stage 4. Oh, Anna, I'm so sorry, of course. Please pray for Anna's friend Ragna. Cowgirl, let me know if it's uploaded somewhere. Just let me know where it is. And otherwise, you can send it to my email and I can pull it over. Are you sending it over? Okay, Cowgirl's sending over a video about a Woody being shipped to Amber. What do you mean, no, Mrs. Roger Rabbit? No what? Thanks for being awesome. Go treat yourself to some new power washing paraphernalia or cheesecake. Thank you so much, Bella Mac. Thank you. I pray every night for everyone. That's great. You go, girl. Yeah, I do too. You may have a blockage. What, Miniville girl? Where? Hold on, I'm missing in my. You may have a blockage. Where, Miniville girl? Hey, not that, Nikki. How are you doing? Oh no, you're charging your phone. Is that what you sent me on my phone? Wait a minute. Is it on my phone? Did you send? If you sent it to my phone, I could send it to Jessica Rosenfeld and she could email it to me. And I know that sounds convoluted, but I can't email myself anything from my phone. Let's not even go there, okay? But I can text somebody. Did you send it? I think you did, right? Hang on. Oh, you sent me a picture, right? Okay, so I don't. This is not the video. Okay, so glad I'm here. Oh, I hope everything's okay. We'll pray for you too, Manyville girl. Evie, thanks. The special was horror in apartment 345, I think it was. She's going to cry. That Woody was everything to her. Yeah, he's sleeping, Gina, but thanks. I'm good. Missed you. Glad to be here. I missed you too, Nikki. How's your foot? In your intestine, Manyville girl? When do you go in? I hope everything's okay and that it's not something like that and that it's better. Oh, you haven't sent it yet. Okay. So there's no way for you. Are you going to send it tonight or not? No, you just told us about it, so then you're not going to send it. Okay. My phone still didn't charge. I don't know what is going on with my phone. All these phone issues. She's going to cry. Okay, where am I? I just woke up 20 minutes. Oh, your best friend, you're going to have a lot of catching up to do, your best friend. Hey, tree baby. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Angelina. Prayers for you that you're better. Okay, I just want to see if Calril is sending it or not. Oh, it airs this. Oh, it hasn't aired yet. Okay, so maybe that's why it hasn't been all over the place, right? Today, your daughter's 26th birthday. Oh, happy birthday to your daughter, tree baby. You have surgery for a bladder tumor on Friday? Oh my gosh, VST. Is it a benign tumor? Definitely, I will say a prayer for you there. I hope everything goes well, and I hope that everything is an easy and full recovery. You have bladder cancer. This is a recurrence after 2 years. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope they can give you a good prognosis. Maybe the surgery will help you and you can have a complete healing of that. I'll pray for you. Sure is, Evie. Your youngest daughter's birthday was this past Saturday. She turned the big 21. Well, happy birthday to your youngest daughter, Alicia. Deb on the move. No, but sometimes it seems like a lot of hurting people, right? A lot of people in some kind of hurting in many ways, right? You'll be back to having bladder scopes every 3 months. It's watched very closely. Okay, well, we'll be praying for you, VST. She's your one and only and your everything. Good night, Lisa the Greatest. Hey, JB. We all have our stories, right, you go girl? Yeah. Everyone's fighting some kind of battle. True, Sharon. Got to take the dog out? Okay. Take care, Evie. Thank you for the hugs. Good night, Lisa. Cowgirl, anything? Did your phone charge yet? Prayers and positive energy going out to all those in pain and suffering, be it physical or mental. Very true. Thank you, Bella. Sad the happenings on YouTube and Twitter with what? What's happening? I missed the nice London guy ad. I missed the nice London guy ad. What's the nice London guy ad? What's happening on Twitter there, Julie? What's happening on Twitter? A flying squirrel. I thought I'm like Tree Baby. Why do you at Tennessee? Because there is a flying squirrel person in Tennessee. Could we see Debbie picture? Debbie picture. Debbie sent a picture? Did she send a picture? Hold on a minute. I don't have a pic. What do you mean? Could you see Debbie's picture? I'm lost here. Could someone clear up what's Debbie's picture? Thanks for the poem, Jeanette. That's very nice. Let's see here. Oh, okay. Hold on a minute. I missed that. Thank you, Jessica. To Jay Melendez, I must have been out of the room and I missed your super chat. Thank you for all you do. I really appreciate your dedication to find the truth and not just assume that what you hear is fact. Thank you very much, Jay Melendez. Thank you, Jessica, for reminding me of that. Thank you. I didn't see. I must have been out of the room. Thank you. I hope you heard that, Jay Melendez. I hope you're still here. If you're not here, I hope you hear that sometime. I'll have to mention the next one if I didn't. Okay, Cowgirl, anything? Julie, what happened on Twitter? Did Julie answer me what happened on Twitter? You need glasses. Okay. Julie, what's going on Twitter? Julie said there is something happening on Twitter. What's happening on Twitter, Julie? You can't just leave us like that. You held the hedgehog in the pet shop. It was so darn cute and prickly. I know a guy that sells hedgehogs and stuff, and his business is Meet the Pricks. That's his business. You have big stalks of rhubarb from so much rain in Colorado. Would be fun for all those gals to meet in New York for a day of chatting. Yeah, where are you from, Julie? Cowgirl said tomorrow. Okay, thank you. All right, Cowgirl, we'll see that tomorrow. I just want to hear about Julie. Julie, what's the Twitter stuff? Deb sent me pictures. Deb, I didn't get pictures yet. Are you sure you sent them to the right address? How long ago did you send them? Oh, Twitter, people hurting Frank. They're hurting him on. You mean they're posting terrible tweets to Frank? Are you serious? I don't get people like this. I'm sorry. Okay, I'll fix that. I don't get people like this. I do not get people like this. Hold on a minute, I'll fix that. People like that really, really scare me. You have to be like the most sorry individual. Okay, so let's see here. All right. No, I'm back with the blue screen. It was just, yeah, the second city wants to meet up with New York. Okay, Brenda, you're going to continue to pray for everyone in Mommy's Ramblers, for peace, for good health, for healing. For those not feeling well, may everyone in this and all in the house of the Ramblers be blessed. Thank you, Brenda. Amen. Okay, so I just want to find out. I'm trying to find out. It's what Julie said, that they're not being nice or something on Twitter. What happened? Oh, Sharon, they are called memes. I thought they were called GIFs. What? Sharon's getting a drink? Those, oh. Okay, I'm going to check for Deb's pictures one more time. I didn't see them. Hold on a minute. Oh, I got them. Okay, hang on. Okay, this is your child that you lost. So sorry, hang on. Aw. He was a cutie. Aw. Oh, oh my gosh. So sad. I'm so sorry. Let him rest in peace. Amen. Okay, so, all right. It's been an emotional night, right? Oh, wow. Thanks, you go, girl. Um, Cowgirl. Cowgirl's been telling me jokes all day to make me laugh, so she's trying to make me laugh now. She told me a joke that said she met a one-legged man and she asked him if he needed help, and he said, "No, I'm just going to where I work." And she said, "Where do you work?" And he said, "IHOP." It's so old. I don't think I ever heard it there. Hi, Candace. Yeah, Brenda, you wish they could, yeah. Remembers Woody's famous words. I sent you a picture of me a long time ago going to bed. Wait, hold on, I missed that. One time to cheer people up. You sent me one? I'll go look for it. Hold on. I have one of baby birds. Let me see. How long ago do you think it was? I'll see if I'll put the word bed in there and I'll find it. I don't see, if you could just, do you have it handy? You want to just send it again? Because I just did like a search with your name and like 10 other things and I can't find, put bed, funny, laugh. Can't find it. No, Alicia, no, I haven't seen her tonight. What happened on any, Deb, I have to catch up. I know. I will catch up. I promise. I'll do another open letter or something. I'm sure I'll have a lot of something I want to get off my chest. It's okay. It was just a picture of light and mood. Okay. All right. Well, everybody, thanks for coming. I guess, I don't know. Either we... The family annihilators. Well, at least we have content for tomorrow or something. And we'll get into that. Alicia, I think we heard from her that her husband had surgery or something. I'm not sure. Hugs, and I am blessed and so grateful to be here. Oh, thank you. You're a wonderful person. I remember falling in love with you when you called in and talked about your daughter and road trips. You're a sweet soul. Thank you, not that Nikki. I did great getting on live with Zoom. I'm so proud of myself. I think it deserves a mention. It deserves a mention. Yes, Diana was able to get on Zoom. She's very proud of herself. Tap them on the shoulder, pretend you're talking, and turn your back on them and flap your arms. Thank you, Carolyn and the great mods. Night, Carolyn. Are a must. You go, girl. Okay, so thank you to our wonderful mods, and thank you to all of you for coming, and all of you for your support, and all of you for being, just the great community that you are. We will keep everyone in our prayers that's not doing well, and see you here tomorrow. You're beautiful. Thank you, Gina. Yeah, be kind. It'd be nice if people could be kind. All right. Take care, everybody. Thank you for being you, precious. Thank you, Joanne. Thank you to VST. Good luck with your surgery. And I hope everything goes well and you have a full healing on that. All right. Yeah, we love our mods too very much. Okay, best wishes. Cowgirl up. Cowgirls, make sure you send that movie for tomorrow. All right. Love you guys all. Take care. Good night. All right, I'm going to take us out of here. Let's see. Take us out of here and this meeting.